All right, good afternoon, guys. So just got a package in from Mag Mustangs, and what I'm expecting is going to be the main bearings or main bearing caps for the 351 Cleveland that we're going to be building for the 69 Fastback. So I still need to locate the main bearings, connecting rod bearings, and obviously the piston rings. Nobody has them in stock. So I probably will end up ordering them from either Rock Auto or Advanced Auto Parts, whichever one is sooner. But yep. So originally the block is a 4-bolt main, but I was not able to locate a set of 4-bolt main bearing caps. So here we have 2-bolt. Really nothing special. The only couple of differences would be that the 4-bolt would have another hole here where a bolt would go through, and that would obviously connect to right over here. So you would have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's why it's a 4-bolt, and obviously your main bearings would go in between here and the crank, and then your main bearing caps. So I'm just going to keep on them out and see what they look like. Hopefully they're in good shape. Kind of one of those things where you do kind of take a gamble buying old parts, but it is what it is. Obviously trying to build it on a big time budget, but I'll show you guys what the bottoms look like. Alright, so here they are, and you will notice that on them they have the number where they should go on the block, and also the arrow, which is usually going to be pointing towards the front of the engine. So number 1 would be where the first main bearing cap would be. Number 2, and then number 3, number 4, and then this is the back of your block right here. This is where your rear main seal and obviously your bearing. So we got to make sure that has new seals on it. But the bottoms look pretty good on them. I was able to check a majority of them, and overall not a bad find or buy. But yeah, as I keep on getting the parts in, I will keep you guys posted. I'm also waiting for the floor. It is on backorder, so that was kind of a bummer, but the floor is due in March 14th, so hopefully I can escape from work, take a vacation, and install that. And in the meantime, I'm going to order the suspension pieces for the 69 Fastback, and then we will go from there. So a little update, just letting you guys know that I have not forgotten about the car, and hopefully you guys have not forgotten about the channel. So thank you for everybody that has been commenting and giving us suggestions. And I will go a little bit more in depth. I did get some questions from Rob from work in regards to what is the overall, I don't want to say expectation, but what is going to be the ultimate thing that we are doing with the cars. And obviously number 1 is the obvious, trying to save a car, but I will go into it a little bit more in detail on the next video, where we will actually take a tour of the metal and show you what the plan is, and go from there. So hopefully we will answer Rob's question in the future episode. Until then, talk to you guys later. Alright guys, so real quickly, just place the main bearings on, or the main bearing caps onto the block, just as you guys look like. And I know that it's kind of rough imagining it, but so I laid the block on its end, or on the bottom I should say, or on the top. But this would be your timing chain cover over here. So this would be considered the front of the block, and this would be considered the back of the block. This is where your bell housing and transmission would join onto the block. So like I was saying, you have your number 1 with the arrow pointing forward, number 2 arrow pointing forward, number 3 pointing with the arrow pointing forward, number 4 as well, and then this one is your final main cap. This is where the main bearing seal for the crank is going to go, and very important that obviously the surfaces get cleaned, and we have a good seal back there, because it would suck to throw the engine together and then have to take out the motor again. So I will start ordering the freeze plugs and the motor mounts, and that way we can get some more progress on the motor. And yeah, so I will be locating the bearings for the mains and the connecting rods and the piston rings. So got some investigating to do, but that's what they look like. So overall, very happy with the purchase. I will be looking for the 4-bolt main bearing caps in the future, but not a 911, as I don't intend to drive the car like a maniac or have it revving that high in the RPM gauge. But that's what it looks like, and I will show you guys the parts that I'm going to order in the future.